So today we knocked out several hundred yards of deer travel corridors. In this video, I want to show you some of those corridors and talk about the strategy behind it. So you can see I'm on a travel corridor right now. What we did is we came in, we cleared out all the junk because there's tons of downfall on this property. So these deer need some space to move. Came in with the chainsaw initially, cleared out the junk. Came in with the brush saw. And we even came in with the backpack blower, blew it all off to emulate what an actual deer trail looks like. And then we even came in behind that and sprayed it. Now we did cut some of the woody stuff, some of that might sprout back, but there was a lot of grass on these corridors and there's still quite a few leaves exposed. So the glyphosate that we sprayed should work well to give us a decent burn down. Another herbicide that I use a lot when creating these corridors is ground clear. The benefit of ground clear is that it has, I think, about a 2-year residual to it, so you don't have to come in and do maintenance. But yeah, you can see, look at that, there was all this downfall, and I gave them a path of least resistance. Got the corridor that goes up to food right there. This one isn't blown in yet, but this is the one that runs the length of this swamp. So when creating travel corridors, just like deer bedding, we're still looking for certain terrain features. Now sometimes if it's a flat property, you might not have the topography, and you might just have to pick a path and go with it. But on this property, I'm on the high ground right now, but right there, it drops down into a swamp. And deer love running these swamp transitions. So I have the corridor cut in right on this swamp transition. Now this is one of the main runs that I'm expecting deer traffic to be on, this swamp transition run. But I do periodically have these jump offs. You can see this one right here that connects to another main travel corridor right in the middle of this particular piece of timber. So down here, still on the swamp transition travel corridor, but I honed in on this particular terrain feature because it's sopping wet over there. You can see the mud sopping wet over there, and that's the boggy swamp right over there. And I had somewhat of a bridge. It's a little wet in a couple spots, but it was mostly a bridge right here. So almost dry all the way across with wet on both sides. This is a spot deer would naturally want to cross. There was actually a trail that kind of came up to it, but you could tell that the deer couldn't make it across because it was completely trashed. Look at this now. It's wide open. So we got a great corridor running right through here. This is one I'm very confident that we'll see some deer usage in. Here's a spot that got blown out because it's this little rise. It looked like a natural bedding spot. Deer also love to bed on the edges of marshes when they find these little rises. Got good thermal cover above with the balsams. So this was the spot we cleared out as a potential bedding location right off the corridor. There's a good visual of the swamp down there. Pretty steep hill right here that juts down to the swamp. There's my corridor right on the edge of it, running right before the drop off. We're gonna have a bow stand because there's two good intersecting trails that come right up there, so we'll have a bow stand over there. And again, another nice jump off right here. And the reason I put this jump off in is because there was a great bedding feature up here with this beautiful bench. Now this was completely trashed too. There was a bunch of downfall on it, but I wanted this as a bedding location. I wanted it available to the deer, so I cleaned it off. I mean, look at this. This is an absolutely perfect flat bench. We go up the hill there, and there's the big drop off right there. Talk about a great overlook. All right, this is a 4-way intersection. Trail there, trail there, and a trail right there. Great spot for a camera, which we will put one here. But what this spot does is basically link the bedding up there, and there is some residual bedding kind of off to the sides of both of these trails, to the food that's out that direction. So everything ends up pinching down into one trail eventually and kicks out to a food source. But this trail right here I made because it works along the edge of a pond, and this is another terrain feature that deer like to use to travel along. See that beautiful pond right out there? But anyway, saw that, so I made the trail cutting right through here. Man, having that leaf blower was an absolutely crucial tool because we wanted bare dirt here. We want it to look like a deer trail. And these little bit of green, or the few green plants that are left, we did spray those down right on this dirt trail, because then it'll be bare dirt, and that's what the deer will hone in on. We just need them to start using the trail. Of course, leaves will fall on it eventually, but we need them to find it and start using it. And having this bare dirt trail is what they tend to utilize. All right, so here is one of the 3 main trails that cut through. It links up with this main trail right here, and they both kick out to a food source right here. What we'll do is tie some paracord between these 2 trees, put a vine right here, and then the deer stand is right there. There's a great access to slip into that one from the back. So it's all set up. That is the, as Jim Ward calls it, the trap. That's what we're trying to do with this. We got great habitat. There's great potential bedding. We just need to guide the deer where we want them to go. So, fun project today. All right, y'all take care. God bless.